where exactly are we in the poem that begins, "When they came for the communists, I did not speak out"? Well, they've already come for the asylum seekers. They've come for the migrant families. Now they've come for Mahmoud Khalil. It's not a very long poem. So how far down the list do you think you are?
So how did we get here? How did we get to the point where Mahmoud Khalil, a mild-mannered and thoughtful Palestinian political activist, a legal permanent resident of the U.S. who has not been charged, let alone convicted of a crime, can be picked up outside his home and shipped to a Louisiana detention center? That the Secretary of State and the President can name him as the first of many who will be rounded up and deported for what is, in fact, political dissent. This is a witch hunt of an order we have not seen since the McCarthy era. Then it was Jews, now it's Palestinians. Free Mahmoud now and stop the witch hunt against other students.
I am a staff attorney with the CLEAR Project and one of Mahmoud Khalil's attorneys, and I will be reading a statement on behalf of Mahmoud Khalil's wife, who does not wish to be named. My husband was kidnapped from our home, and it's shameful that the United States government continues to hold him because he stood for the rights and lives of his people. I demand his immediate release and return to our family. His disappearance has devastated our lives. Every day without him is filled with uncertainty, not just for me, but for our entire family and community. Our loved ones are struggling with the pain and fear of his sudden absence. And yet, we are not alone. So many who know and love Mahmoud have come together, refusing to stay silent. Their support is a testament to his character and to the deep injustice of what is being done to him. Thank you.
Look, we are seeking to bring him back. We're seeking to have him released. And we're going to do that whether it's in federal court or an immigration court. There are limits to how long a person can be held in immigration court. But frankly, that's irrelevant because we are going to ask for him to be released as expeditiously as possible, and we will do that in any court that will hear us.
Why couldn't that be done today? And can you just respond to the government's claims that this is about his views not being in line with national security? Can you legally speak to us about that?
Yeah, the government has basically admitted that they're punishing him for his views that are contrary to the government's views. And that's just an obvious piece of authoritarian logic that we cannot tolerate as long as we live in a democracy. It's totally unacceptable for him and for others.
The government's attorney said in the courtroom that it thinks the proper venue, the proper jurisdiction is either Louisiana or New Jersey, but not New York. Why?
The government is claiming, and this is really a question for the government, but the government is claiming that because at the time he filed a habeas corpus petition in this court, he was already in New Jersey. They had already moved him to New Jersey as part of their plan, again, to move him 1,000 miles away to Louisiana, to take him away from this court, from his lawyers, from his support network. And of course, the goal in all of this is to silence not just Mahmoud, but to silence anyone who will speak in defense of Palestinian lives and rights. And clearly, as you can see by the thousands of people who have come out, not just today, but this past week, that is backfired. People are not silenced. People are not bowed in any way, shape, or form. And this idea that the movement in support of Palestinian lives is somehow driven and supported mainly by foreigners and non-citizens and individuals who are marginalized is clearly false. It is an American movement, and of course there are non-citizens and green card holders as well. But it is mainstream, as you can see from the diverse crowd that has come out, not just here today, but campuses nationwide for the past year.